That's pretty loud.
Stop talking over.
Hey everyone, Matty here. Welcome to the r/Indieheads podcast. I'm your host, otherwise known as Recon AG. And today's podcast, on today's podcast we have on today's podcast we have
Ethan Eon997. I was messing with the soundboard. I apologize.
Soundboard. What?
We have a soundboard now that I spent my day doing.
Okay, we got
Nick. We have herpes. I'm Nick. We have herpes.
Hey, I'm Alex, Tatio Sinji.
Yo, I'm Jeremiah, otherwise known as Killtrap, the guy who's cool, and you like him.
AKA fucking loser. The National sucks.
Screw you.
Okay, hold on a second. Before we get into the news, we are late during this podcast. It's kind of late right now, and do you guys know why it's late?
Why, man?
Jeremiah knows. Jeremiah, why are we doing this podcast late?
Because I just saw 50 Shades of Grey.
What was that? You saw 50 Shades of Grey?
I did.
How was it?
It was sadly, not as bad as I thought it would be.
How was the sides?
It was not as racy as I thought it would be either, which was disappointing.
It wouldn't even be in theaters if it was racy as the book, right? Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, it would have gotten an X rating.
Yeah, like it.
It was
Jeremiah, we're missing the important question. Was there full-on penetration?
No, and there wasn't even any full frontal nudity. I was promised full frontal nudity, and I was not given full frontal nudity.
Oh,
do you know how offensive that is?
What?
That sucks.
All right, the girl actress was actually pretty good. She actually gave her character some life, but the guy was just so two-dimensional, and it was just I'm deep and have problems. It's like, screw you, Kristen. You're such a dick.
Let's go. Yep.
Okay.
No, we have a soundboard now, courtesy of Ethan. What other sounds you got on there, Ethan?
Okay, I have so many sounds. I am so proud of this. I spent way too much time on this. My favorite probably is this. I like that one. And so let's see. This one's pretty good. I love you, Jesus Christ. Yeah. You'll hear more about the episode.
All right, so let's get into the whole thing. All right, so let's get into the news. The first piece of news, which was the biggest news event of the week, which was the top post this week, is that St. Vincent won the Best Alternative Album Grammy for her self-titled album. Woo! Woo! Play this up. Yeah. Also, Beck won the Album of the Year Grammy for Morning Phase.
Woo!
Hey.
Also, The Rock.
Play the Beck song
Grammy for some reason.
But I couldn't remember.
Wait, what about The Rock?
Beck also won Best Rock Album, which was really dumb because he had a folk album.
Yeah, because wasn't it like a folk album or something?
Yeah, it was like kind of singer-songwritery.
Weird.
What were the other nominations for Best Rock Album? Like Foo Fighters, probably, right?
Probably like Foo Fighters, Black
Jack
Keys,
White.
Jack White. Tom Petty.
Jack White was randomly nominated for Best.
He was probably nominated for
Alternative
Lazaretto.
Album. For Best Alternative Album. Black Keys were nominated for Best Rock Album. It was weird.
Okay, so let's see. So are you guys satisfied with St. Vincent winning the Grammy?
Yep.
Sure.
I would be okay with either it or Reflector, and it won, so I'm okay. I'm down with that.
I also think Melophobia was a pretty good album, so I would have been unhappy if that had won.
I remember reading the thread that was like the Grammy predictions. It was like, I just don't want Cage the Elephant winning. I just do not want them winning.
A lot of people really have strong opinions against Cage the Elephant.
I've never listened to him, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I like Melophobia. I think it's a good
Indie
album.
rock. I haven't listened to them. I've just heard a few of their songs on the radio, and I haven't really thought they're super impressive. But I mean, if their full-length album is fine, then it probably deserved a Grammy nomination. I would have in the alternative category. To be completely honest, I would have been fine with any one of those albums taking it. Basically, I really think they were all good. Like they were all good, and there wasn't a very large margin between like the best album on there and the worst album on there. So it's not really like it's not really that big of a deal that one album did win and one album didn't win. They're all good. There was no really clear cut winner in this, like before the award show, just like looking at the nominations. So, I mean, no matter which one won, it would have been fine, I guess.
I'm feeling a
I'd say
0
that.
on this record.
Okay, but anyways, so let's talk about Beck stealing the Grammy from Beyonce for Album of the Year. Holy shit.
There we go. I got it this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, what happened was, well, Beyonce won the Album of the Year award, and she was taking the award and was accepting it. And Beck just used his Scientology powers and teleported onto the stage, and stole the award right out of her hands. And I mean, this all happened in like a blink of an eye, so that's why it looks like Beck actually won. But
it was like it's like in The Incredibles where Dash, where he runs and puts the thumbtack on the seat and runs back.
Yeah. Okay, but here's the thing: Kanye West, he sees past these Scientologist trickery, and but the thing is, like, Kanye West, like, he's already like he already can say stuff that will, like, get the media upset, so he can't just go out and say Beck just used his Scientology powers to steal the award. Because, I mean, imagine if he did say that. Like, that would have been crazy, right? So instead, he just pretends that Beyonce didn't win, but she deserved to win, and it just, like, sort of accepts that Beck won. And that's actually what happened. I learned about this from a confirmed source, a very trustworthy source that I don't need to share with you guys. So get on my face. You don't even need to know what happened. Like, it's not important. But that's actually what happened, guys.
So I'm going to have to make the quick announcement that this will be the last podcast that Nick will be on. We were just, just going in different creative directions with the podcast, and he, we still agree. And yeah. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, I mean, a really surprising win. I was really expecting Beyonce to have it in the bag, considering all these things.
No, but the thing is, she's A, black, B, a woman, C, making songs about sex. All right, that's not good.
Yeah. Now let's take a look at Beck. Beck is A,
white.
What order did you do it in? Yeah. Okay. A, white.
Male.
B, a male. C,
making folk music.
Songs not about sex. So who's going to win, guys? This is the Grammys. Remember, this is the Grammys.
I mean, we saw the exact same thing with Frank Ocean and Mumford & Sons. Although this is slightly more respectable because Morning Phase is a lot better than Babel is by a long shot. So it's actually like a good album that actually deserved to win. But it's a very similar thing where this R&B with this very like driven, this very forward album is very personal and awesome, banging record just gets snubbed because it's like, oh, he says the N-word a few times. Oh, she talks about having sex with Jay-Z. Can't have this.
Anyways, however, of course, the biggest upset of the Grammys was not Beck winning. It was the fact that Sam Smith won 4 fucking Grammys. What the fuck?
That guy is so generic.
Why do people like this fucking chipmunk cheek motherfucker?
Because guys, let's go through why.
The fact that he's gay.
No,
he's gay.
Let's go through.
He's gay. He's white. He's a British soul singer.
And yeah, he's from Britain.
And he's fucking boring as shit.
Because he has a good voice, and the Grammys don't care if he's using it well. It's just that he has a good voice. It's just they're looking at talent, they're looking at pure talent, not at like what they're using their talent for. It's just that
This is the same show that gave the Record of the Year award to Steely Dan instead of Kid A. For a shitty record. I'm not saying Steely Dan doesn't deserve like an award or whatever, but like, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Who else was nominated? Okay, let's see. Iggy Azalea, Bastille, Brandy Clark, and him were also nominated.
Iggy Azalea didn't win.
God, yeah. The Grammys this year just sucked. Like, you look at all the categories, and like, for the most part, they just sucked.
I mean, the Grammys always suck.
I feel like.
Well, to be fair,
I mean, I'm not saying the award winners suck. I'm just saying that nominations just suck this year.
We take a second to go on the Wikipedia page for last year's Grammys.
I'm looking at them right. Well, I'm looking at some of them right now. Like best new artists last year, we had Macklemore and Ryan Lewis, James Blake, my man crush, Kendrick Lamar, Casey Musgraves, and Ed Sheeran.
Can we take a minute to acknowledge the fact that 2013 was one of the best years for music in recent memory?
Oh yeah,
we could take a minute to acknowledge the fact that if you look at that Wikipedia page, you will not see that reflected. Like, just straight up. I feel so bad for hating Macklemore because I know he's actually like a huge hip hop head and he actually really likes hip hop, and he's just kind of like caught up in this like updraft because teenage girls like his music because he's not rapping about what the normal rappers rap about, which is crack and shooting people, because that's what people talk about.
Yeah, that's why Eminem
he's talking about like gay marriage and stuff. He's so cool and he deserves to win. But meanwhile, like Macklemore's just like having a good time, making his thing. It's something that everyone adores him because he's white and they think he's different.
That's why Eminem wins Grammys.
Except they've never like listened to any hip hop ever. So and then he just gets swept up in it and beats Good Kid, Mad City. It's not even his fault, and I feel bad for hating him as much as I do. But I don't know. He's made some questionable decisions too. Like when he took a screenshot of the text that he sent to Kendrick, I was like, I appreciate what you're trying to do right now, but you're not doing this the right way.
There was at one time he like dressed up as a Jew when he did
yes, that too.
There was that.
Whatever.
I mean, again, with Macklemore, I definitely feel bad for him because he's not a bad guy. I just, his music's it's okay.
Well, he's not a great guy.
Yeah.
Either. He's not.
That Jew thing was definitely a little distasteful.
Again, the Jew thing. Yeah.
Very distasteful. But I mean, besides that, I mean, everyone makes mistakes.
He was performing like thrift shop or something. And he just dressed up as like this typical.
No, well, I think he was trying to be like he was trying to be there in secret, like trying to be like put himself into like a disguise so no one recognized him, so it'd be like a big surprise when he came out.
Bad.
Yeah.
That's real bad.
Which I think they just did not think it through. Like here you go, just put him in like fucking put him like some like Groucho Marx shit, okay? Like you don't need to fucking put him in, like make him look like a Jew. That's like a stereotypical Jew. That's just not cool.
Afterwards, he was like, "Wait, what? What stereotype?"
It's like, I mean, again,
Jew stereotype.
However, I do wonder what's next for him, like in terms of music. Like I'm wondering, like now he's gotten like all this big mainstream success. Like, what's gonna happen from here? Like I'm interested to see what he does next. I'm not sure if I'll listen to it, but I'm interested.
Probably put out another hit and fall into irrelevancy.
Hopefully Ryan Lewis doesn't, because I think Ryan Lewis is a really talented producer. Like, I thought Thrift Shop was decent beat. I thought the beat to Can't Hold Us was really, really good. I think Ryan Lewis is a very talented producer. I think like he could be a really big pop producer in the next couple of years if he decides to kind of, drift away from Macklemore a little bit.
But I feel like they're kind of they are kind of like dependent on each other almost for.
Oh yeah,
they're a package.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be. They're really good friends, if I'm not mistaken, too. Like
really
close.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah. I'm not saying they're going to drift away. I'm just like seeing if like will Ryan Lewis like eventually work with other people.
Wait, what does Ryan Lewis even do?
He's a producer.
I didn't know what his role was at all. When I first heard Macklemore and Ryan Lewis, I thought Ryan Lewis was the guy that did that like, "I wear your grandpa's clothes." You know that part?
Yeah,
I thought that was him at first, but it's not. So I didn't even.
But yeah, that's about it on Grammy talk. But that's about it on Grammy talk. I guess we can get into festival talk. Okay, so the lineup for Eau Claire, which is the new festival from Justin Vernon of Bon Iver and Aaron Dessner of The National, and the Pitchfork Music Festival.
Have you seen that video of Bon Iver and like there's like these people like talking about Bon Iver, Bon Iver or whatever, and like someone will end up pronouncing it like Bon Iver, and then like this guy in this giant bear costume just like pops up and like kills him when they say Bon Iver. You're like, I can't believe Bon Iver won Best New Artist, and then this like giant guy in a bear costume just like snaps their neck like right there. Man, classic. Good. Don't say Bon Iver, guys, or else.
Who was he up against?
For Best New Artist? I don't even remember. That was a
Let
while.
me see. I actually have the page posted up. Let me see. He was up against the band Perry, J. Cole, Nicki Minaj, and Skrillex.
Good.
Seriously? Wow.
Competition.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyways, also the Pitchfork Music Festival was their lineup was announced this week. So let's see.
Firefly's still not released their thing.
Really
I think they made an announcement about how like they were like it was hard for them to like finalize it or something.
Maybe.
But they're giving out free
let's
tickets. So
let's go through some of the bigger names of like the Eau Claire Festival real quick. So obviously the national Boney Bear,
which
Spoon,
is his first performance. Right?
Supon Stevens, and of course my main man Spooky Black.
I'm feeling.
Wait a minute. Are we talking about?
It's a jam.
Yeah, Eau Claire. We're talking about Eau Claire, the Eau Claire Festival. I'm listing off some names. Let's see, Tallest Man on Earth, Silva and Esso.
They're my jam. That's my jam. Silva and Esso's the best. You should all listen to their album.
I just saw them last night, but I will talk about that later.
Marijuana Death Squad's my favorite. I don't even know who that is. Like, yeah.
So yeah, interesting. Apparently there is, and more announcements to come. So maybe there's people who are going to show up. Maybe I'd be down if Kanye showed up to do something with Boney Bear.
He's probably collaborating with Matt Berninger as we speak.
That'd be
maybe
awesome.
Actually, yeah. Right at this moment, they're recording music.
Get that nice baritone on the hook. Just
all right. So also, should we? Also for the Pitchfork Fest, we have the headliners are Wilco, Chance the Rapper, and Sleater Kinney. I think it's probably more like Future Islands, Churches, and the New Pornographers. Also on the
really solid lineup.
Yeah, I mean,
the Pitchfork Fest is really solid. I would love to go out there and watch some of these people.
Run the Jewels. I mean, not indie. Panda Bear.
Of course, our main man Mac DeMarco.
How's your main man?
Courtney
Barnett.
Yeah.
Of course, my favorite artist right now, I love Mackinnon. He's just, he's such a great singer, and he's got great beats and whatnot. It's just he's just so, he's a genius. He's just such a genius.
All right, great to know that's how you feel, Matty. Okay, we'll move on to the
I actually kind of like Tuesday.
I like Tuesday also, but I think I love Mackinnon sucks ass.
Oh yeah, duh.
He's got a good song, but everything else he does is just he can't fucking sing. He's so bad.
I'm feeling.
I don't like new Atlanta production. I just
on this.
I don't like the new Atlanta production. I just he fucking sucks.
I'm feeling a 0.
Feeling a 0. I agree with you, Anthony. Let's see. Of course,
glad to have you again this week.
We'll see. ASAP. I actually really like ASAP Ferg. I think I've discussed this on the podcast before, but I actually really like him, and hopefully he's good. Of course, Ariel Pink, the misogynist, or just general weirdo Ariel.
He's
Pink.
actually. All right, so I read that article about the Grimes thing, the Grimes drama, where he pretty much said that like Madonna was like past her prime and that she kind of sucks now, and then Grimes was like, "You're such a misogynist," and he was like,
"No." Ariel Pink said that she hasn't made a good album since her first one. I think with Madonna.
Okay. And then Grimes was like, "You're misogynist." And then Ariel Pink was like in an interview, he was like, "What the hell? Like that's clickbait. Like I never said that. Like she's stupid and retarded for thinking that's true what that said." And then all the time, then like Pitchfork and everybody else, all the indie people were like, "Ariel Pink calls Grimes stupid and retarded." It was actually like when I was reading that little Pitchfork article about it, like yesterday, I was actually like, it was so funny because like his quote talks about how like the media will like take things out of context, and then like I looked up at the title and it's like them taking it out of context. I thought it was hilarious. He's actually very misunderstood, though. I'm learning, so I kind of like Pom Pom a little bit better now, but I don't know. Sorry, continue.
So yeah, I think both these lamps. I haven't heard of like most of you on the Eau Claire lineup, but I guess it's pretty good for like a new festival. Like there's some decent names on there. Then of course Pitchfork Fest doesn't usually disappoint. I think usually they have a really good lineup almost always.
It's a pretty widespread lineup. Like I can't. Clark. I love Clark and I love Single Mothers, but they are just so opposite ends of the spectrum. One is an IDM artist and one is a like almost pop punk artist, and I like them both, but like it's just they're so far. It's cool though that they're combining like what most Pitchfork readers will listen to. That's cool.
There's good hip hop acts in this festival, which I noticed.
Yeah, Big
Chance, Gibb, Mad Giblibs, whatever. That's a pretty good show.
Giblets.
What else? Am I missing something?
Oh, Viet Cong's on there.
I'm talking about. Oh yeah, Vince Staples. Great hip hop acts in here. Really. Sorry, I keep hitting.
Very solid lineup.
All right.
Okay, so on to some album announcements this week. We had a bunch of albums being announced this week. Of course, we had the Tallest Man on Earth. They announced a new album called Dark Bird Is Home. It is coming out May 12th. Florence and the Machine, they announced a new album, How Big, How Blue, How Beautiful, which is coming out June 1st. Hot Chip announced Why Make Sense, which is coming out May 18th. Speedy Ortez announced Foil Deer, which is coming out April 21st. Everything announced Get to Heaven, which comes out June 15th. And Wire announced a self-titled album, which is coming out April 21st. Yeah. I think, Ethan, you're telling that you're really excited for one of these, like the Speedy Ortez album?
Two of these. I adore Major Arcana. It was so one of my top albums of all time, honestly. I love that album. I saw Speedy Ortiz like a year ago in some guy's basement next to some guy on ecstasy who kept bumping into me. So that was an interesting experience and probably affected my opinion of them. But they're just so good. And the new single, which Raising the Skate, is really good, and I'm really excited for that. And Wire, I mean, they've made some of the greatest music of all time. Pink Flag, I mean, is a classic. And then those next two albums, and then they came back as a great hard rock band, indie hard rock, and now the new single sounds really good, and I'm excited for whatever they're going to put out. They put out two bad albums, but besides those, and they put out a few bad albums, but besides that, they've just made really good music since the 70s, I think. So that's pretty incredible that they're still doing what they're doing and good at it.
Wow. Mm-hmm. That's a long time.
Have you guys listened to Pink Flag? Because that's an essential, I would say.
I have not.
Yeah, I haven't touched it.
It's a perfect album. Definitely. It's great.
So, yeah. We haven't discussed, of course, Alex is sort of new to the podcast, so, we kind of didn't really mention that. We're kind of doing that a little late, but Alex is a new member of the podcast. Why don't you tell us a little something about yourself, Alex?
Holy crap, we're doing this now? Really?
You were a swim instructor, Alex? How was that?
Oh yeah, I put out an ad and got a couple old men, some random people.
Oh god. Anyway, speaking of teaching bitches how to swim, Death Grips released some mysterious new. Nice segue. Some mysterious new rehearsal footage of some new songs from the new album, J Death. I'm so excited! I'm so excited! Is there a sound clip for me being excited? Yes, Ethan, is there anything?
Let's go! Let's go!
All right.
Let's go! Let's go!
No
crush.
I'm so excited.
Those girls go for guys who are better than me.
Hey, wait.
No crush.
Yeah, Matty, can you redo No Crush right now, please?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Wait a second.
Can we echo the end?
You guys discuss new Death Grips. I'll pull.
I need to find it. Wait, someone link it to me.
I'll pull it up right now.
I found it. Never mind.
You did? Okay.
On yours.
You want to play on mine? Okay. Anyways, yeah, I'm very excited about this new Death.
Do it.
What?
Matty.
Let's go.
Okay, this is just weird. Okay, can we talk about Death Grips, please? Can we talk about this a little bit?
No.
Yes.
It's new. It's new material. It's new material. It sounds really good, even though you can barely hear it. But Zach Hill's drums are fucking great. They're really intense. Whenever you hear Riot, it's like, oh shit, this shit's gonna be tight. I'm excited for Jenny Death. Hopefully we get it very soon.
That's our
that shit, is that if that's not on the soundboard, I'm very disappointed.
Yeah, I think we should do our rendition. I think we should.
Our rendition. All right, so here we go. All right, so everyone. Okay, we're gonna do it at the same time. Everyone, okay? Everyone ready? All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wait, what are we doing?
Whoever, okay, if you're listening, I guess they probably hate us now.
Yep.
Yeah, I think they already do hate us.
Yeah. Good point.
Speaking of hating people, you know who I hate?
Who do you hate, Jeremiah?
Matty. No.
I hate AJ. I also hate AJ.
Who else do you hate, Jeremiah? Oh yeah, Jeremiah. So in some meta news, Seagull
No,
Train.
we're not talking about this. Listen, Matty, we're not talking about this.
Meta.
No,
It
we're
was
not.
all just a giant ploy.
I will end this right now.
It was a popular.
Okay. All right. Anyway. Okay. Anyways, yeah. Okay. So on to some serious news, like very serious news. Let's see. You want to say it, Ethan?
Yeah, sure, I guess. Slink guitarist David Hacho in hospital after suicide attempt. I hope I pronounced his last name right without bastardizing that J. Yeah, I love Slint. That's a bummer. I mean, it makes sense. Like he makes dark music, so I could understand that he's depressed and that things are not going too well for him. But I mean, he's had a successful career with Slint and out and touring with other bands, so it's really sad. But he seems to be okay. He sent that thumbs up picture. So, I don't know. It's sad.
I think before he did, he posted like a suicide note on his Facebook page.
Oh, yeah.
It was like a blog thing.
Blog.
Oh, yeah. All right. Very, very sad. He's in the hospital. He's recovering, which is very good. Hopefully, he makes a speedy recovery and gets the help he needs. So yeah, we're thinking about you, man. Anyways, on to some less serious news. Okay, so Win Butler was in the NBA All-Star Game, and he recorded 8 points and 12 rebounds as his West team wins the Celebrity All-Star Game, 59-51 over the East. Congrats! And he also was wearing the Red Octobers, the Yeezy Red Octobers.
Use them Red Octobers.
Did anyone watch the game? I didn't watch it.
I watched the highlight video someone posted. And I also was actually pretty surprised.
Do you have any Arcade Fire sound clips?
Chris Rock.
I almost had the harp at the beginning of
do.
No, not that harp.
No.
What is it? I don't know the song I'm thinking of. It's on.
You should have had.
Funeral.
You had to have the that from the song The Funeral. It's like yeah. Wait, no, it's not. Yeah.
Wake up.
Wake up.
The harp on that. I was thinking of adding that, but I was too lazy. And it
Hey, wait.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, no, never mind. Keep going.
So yeah, not much to discuss with that, I guess. Cool. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So on to the next segment. We have what have we been listening to this week? I'm up here first, so I guess I'll talk about what I've been listening to this week. I listened to FK Twigs' LP1, which I kind of put myself through it. Honestly, I wanted to listen to it, and I kind of have.
Did you manage?
I managed.
I'm getting this on vinyl. I decided I was going to get it.
Yeah, I was going to say. I have to. This album has a new association for me now because I bought it from my ex-girlfriend on vinyl, and we broke up like 2 weeks ago, and it's just sort of like.
Did you take it back?
No, I want it back though. I heard the packaging was great, so I want that fucking record because she's not using it. I'll use it.
Doesn't she have like a Crosley?
She had a Crosley. She took it back, I think.
Oh, you should better take it back.
Yeah, I have a shitty one too. I'm gonna have to. Hopefully this summer I'll replace it. Anyways, yeah, this is a great album. The production is really fantastic. Just sort of forward thinking and just catchy. FK Twigs she's a great singer. I love her voice. It's it's fantastic and very relatable lyrics and whatnot. It is a great album. I love it.
Okay.
I'm feeling.
What do you guys think of it?
A 10.
I actually haven't listened to it ever.
I don't like it.
And I think in the
were you serious when you said it was relatable?
I think in certain ways it's relatable. I think being in a relationship that sucks, I can relate to that.
Okay, that's pretty general. I mean,
I cannot relate to the sexual. I cannot relate to the sexuality of a female. Okay,
most
if that's
of
what
the
you're
songs
implying.
on this album are about being in a relationship, so I can relate to it. That's kind of
it's just like how Kanye West's "My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy" is
exactly.
for me personally relatable because Kanye West is a human, and I'm
a real human being,
and I'm also a human. So there's just that connection there. Anyways,
I heard a really cool guy.
I think I'm pretty sure. Okay, I have a confession time. It's been long enough that I can get away with this. When we did our end of the year podcast, I mentioned that I thought the War on Drugs and FKA Twigs, they were both overrated. I've never listened to either album. I still haven't.
Oh. Play that. Oh wait. Oh, I think you should have played the Seinfeld there instead of the air horns.
Air horns is go-to. I'm like hovering over one.
I was like, in my defense,
Seinfeld would have worked. I'm sorry.
I'm on the ground right now.
The cover art.
Okay, anyway, that's what you're saying, Jeremiah.
It was really scary to me, and I was just like, "Why is she doing this? It's so frightening. I don't like it. It's scary to me." And so I never got it. And then every time I went to the record store, I would just see it. It was just there. They had it like somewhere. I would just find it every time I went there. Same thing with Pom Pom, which I ended up buying. I would just see it, and I'd be like, disgust me. But she would just with that like gap-toothed smile, and I was just like, oh. Exactly.
I just like
yesterday, I went in and I was like, I don't know what to get, and then I saw it and I was like, it's time. So I bought it, and I still haven't listened to it yet. But like the cover art actually looks so much better on vinyl than it does on. It actually like looks good because I thought it was really scary when I saw it on my computer, but like now that I've seen it, it just looks gross. It's kind of creepy.
Yeah,
it's unsettling. It's uncanny valley.
Yeah. Now I've seen it peek it in the flesh. It actually looks a lot better. It looks really bad. It's in that small little like thumbnail thing, but that looks good. And so I'm buying it on vinyl, so it's exciting.
Also this week, I listened to "Actor" by St. Vincent, which of course Annie Clark won the Grammy. So I was kind of I was on a little Annie Clark wave this week. I was listening to some stuff by her.
What is?
Wait, what?
Why are you actually talking about this, Jeremiah? No one asked you.
Oh, because I thought you guys liked my opinions.
No.
I also have.
Jeremiah, we do not like your non-patrician opinions. Okay,
you're right.
Get out.
Hey,
Matty.
I do.
He's such a dick. Anyways, Actor, great album. I like the intro track a lot. I really love The Party. I think The Party is one of her best songs. It's just like it's kind of moody and whatnot. And I like the piano. It's like it's all nice and stuff. I like it. Fills me up with feelings that I don't mind.
The vinyl packaging is great.
I need to get it on vinyl because I have
on one side it's the orange cover, on the other side it's a blue cover, and she's looking the other direction. She's wearing different clothes. It's
crazy.
Like, oh. So you get double Annie.
Because I have Strange Mercy and I have self-titled on vinyl, so I need to get Actor. And
I've been trying to get self-titled on vinyl forever.
I have Strange Mercy signed.
I have Strange.
Dude, oh come on!
I got it before I was a fan of hers too.
I mean, I hope I can get. I would love to because I'm hoping to go to her concert in May.
I have Moon in Antarctica signed from Modest Mouse by Modest Mouse.
Fuck.
I got it at yes, actually. Like the copy of the CD I bought was signed. Like
I have Sunbather signed by F7. I also have a T-shirt signed by Real Estate Jeremiah.
To, put it in, open the CD to put it in my computer to download it, and then it turned out to be autographed, and I was like crying.
I have Weird Al's new CD signed. That's it.
Nice.
It's a good album.
I went to a Weird Al show.
How was it? I've heard they were a lot of fun.
It was so good. It was crazy. It was so much fun. I barely even remember it. Like whenever someone asks me like, what shows have you been to recently? Like this happened like maybe like a year and a half ago. So I don't think he played any stuff from the new record or not. Probably didn't. But I think the big like highlight song of the entire concert was the parody of American Pie, like the Star Wars. Yeah. I don't remember what the title of it is.
The episode is something about the episode or something. It's a recant of the Phantom Menace. It's something about. Let me see if I can. This is bugging me. Okay, keep going. This is stupid.
Wait, I was gonna say something else about. Oh yeah, I was hoping he would play all of Albuquerque, but he didn't.
Oh, that's one of the greatest songs ever made. No question.
Plus the YouTube video accompaniment. If you guys haven't seen that video, it's marvelous. Hope you guys listen to the Albuquerque.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, Actor, great album. I'm hoping to see her live in May, and maybe I can get something signed. I would love to go backstage and meet her because she seems like a lovely woman.
You should get your copy of LP1 signed.
I don't have LP1 on vinyl. I gave it to my ex-girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, true. Okay.
God damn it, man. The wounds are still fresh, my man, okay? What was that? Okay. that wasn't anything. Anyways, I also listened to Pom Pom by Ariel Pink. Also, I have a confession to make. I put it as my most overrated album, but I didn't really listen to it that much, so I couldn't really say if it was overrated.
Oh my god.
Oh, it was overrated enough. I went back and listened to it. It's really good, but I think we were discussing this in the chat. I think we were discussing like albums that are like dated, and I have like a bad feeling that like Pom Pom's gonna become like really dated in the next couple of years. Like, I just kind of have that feeling, just like his vocal, like the sort of lo-fi vocals, and just sort of like just the general thing about the album. It kind of feels like it's lo-fi isn't necessarily like going to be sounding dated. But I just have like a feeling it's just like I don't know.
Like
it's still a good album.
I have a really love-hate relationship with that album. So I think, as I said earlier, I kept seeing it at the record store, and then one day I just broke down and bought it. And I was like, "This is a mistake. Ariel Pink is a CD dude, and I don't really know what I'm getting into, and I'm just afraid of this album." And I listened to it, and my suspicions were confirmed, and I was like, "This is so awful," but it was like good, you know? It was like, whoa. Like, Plastic Raincoats and the Pig Parade was, like, strangely captivating.
And you're saying?
Sexual. Sexual.
I'll see this now. Okay, anyways, so what are you saying?
Anyways, the songs were, like, weird, and I was like, what is this? But then I kept listening to it, and I was like, this is weird, and I don't like it. But then I kept listening to it, and I'm still not sure if I like it or not. I think I do.
I would agree. It's like I like it. At the same time, it's like, do I really like it?
No. See, the thing with this album, it's either I hate it or I love it. There is no middle ground. I can't just say I dislike it.
Sorry.
I'm feeling a 0 on this record.
Done. I'm just done. Like, I'm just done with this. Like, I'm just done. Anyways,
you're done.
It's like so every song is like, it's not like there's like, okay, I love this album, you know, but there's like a few songs I might take off. No, it's not like that. Every song has aspects that I love and hate about it, and it's just like so polarizing. And I think that's what makes this album great, is that it's so like infuriating, and it's good. I don't know. Like, Dinosaur Care Bears starts being like the most horrible song I've ever heard, and it's like turns into this awesome like prog rock jam, and it's like, okay, Dinosaur Care Bears.
Prog rock.
I don't even know if prog rock. I don't even know what prog rock
sounds like
is.
Rock from
What was
Prague.
the
I don't really remember like what it sounds like at the end of that song. Sexual Athletics is so weird at start, and then it turns into this really like nice like oh, I wish I had a girlfriend, but she's too sexual or something like that.
The one about the frogs is really fucking weird.
I love Black Ballerina.
Everyone's great.
All right, sorry.
My ex-girlfriend who was black, she actually used to be a ballerina.
So did I.
Nice.
I'm mastering this art of sound drop.
Can we take a minute to point out the fact that FIFA just released their winter upgrades, and my brother and I bought second Inform Lacazette, and now he's an 84. So
I don't understand.
I don't fucking know what that means, Jeremiah. So no, we can't talk about.
You guys don't play FIFA?
No.
You guys are such nerds.
I don't like sports games. I just don't like them.
Playing a sports video game makes you one of the biggest nerds ever, Jeremiah.
No, you guys are nerds.
Okay. Anyways, let's see. I guess we'll go on to Nick. What have you been listening to this week, Nick?
Okay. First album I listened to.
Facility's cool, but there's more things in life.
Okay, Nick. What have you been listening
There's
to?
two people doing sound drops. Jesus Christ! It's like chaos.
It's kind of like just starting to make me
mad.
mad.
Soundboard or something.
All right, Nick. Go ahead.
Okay. First album I listened to was "Immunity" by John Hopkins. This is like an electronic album, I guess. I don't really, like darkish electronic. Really similar to Burial, if any of you guys ever listened to that. The first tracks kind of are tied together really well and are really kind of morose sounding, I guess. And then later on, it kind of gets a little bit more lighter. There's a song on the album later called Sun Harmonics, the longest track, where the main part of it is just this lightish sounding like piano driven electronic, and I really like that. This album is really good. John Hopkins is pretty epic. You should check it out if you haven't listened to it before. Next album I listened to was New Slaves by Z's. This album has absolutely nothing to do with the West, so don't worry about that.
This is the best album ever made.
Z's is like a noise rock, avant-garde, like noise. I already said that. I don't even know. Like really loud band. It's a 3-piece. A saxophonist, a guitarist, and a drummer, and they also have a lot of string parts involved in a lot of their songs. Like on the first track, it's just like the whole entire thing is just this like weird driven like harmonic string jam, which is kind of weird, and then the drums kick in on the second track, and it's really crazy. The same title track, New Slaves, is like 21 minutes long, nearly, and it's just insane. This album's a wild ride, really noisy and crazy, and I didn't even like recognize the saxophone at first because I didn't even know that's what a saxophone could sound like. It just ends up sounding really like crazy. Like I didn't know you could do that with a saxophone type stuff like that. Cool album. Check it out if you like noise music or anything like that, or math rock. Okay, and then the last album I listened to was Perfect Hair by Bus Driver. This is a hip-hop album from last year. Bus Driver, rapper from California, I think. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like a cool, unique hip-hop project that I didn't listen to it a lot last year, but now I actually did listen to it some more. I actually really like it. There's a lot of pretty good features on this, like Danny Brown, Aesop Rock, and Open Mike Eagle. I mean, this album's pretty good, and it's pretty underrated. I mean, I don't think I really saw it high up on anybody's end of year list from last year, but pretty cool album. That's all the stuff I listened to, really.
I like that album a lot. I didn't listen to it until this year, but I thought it was really good. It would have been on my top 10 list of last year if I had listened to it last year. He's insane, man. He's just the speed, but which the clarity he raps at is just so good.
Yeah, actually, that's really true. Like, I noticed that now that I was actually listening to it. He raps really quickly. Yeah, but it's still easy to understand what he's saying, which is cool. The first track is kind of cool. Like, if you guys haven't listened to this before, the first track is kind of like this. There's this like this voice in the background that's like talking about how much money the album cost. Like it costs like this is Perfect Hair by Bus Driver. It cost $0.146 million US to make or something like that, and then they like go into specifics. And then the second track or the third track, I can't remember which one, but it's kind of like philosophically about hip hop. Yeah, I think it's Ego Death, where it's like he's talking about one of the lines is like, can hip hop wear like does hip hop have like the correct body type to wear that outfit or something, which I think is kind of an interesting line for Bus Driver to be saying, because Bus Driver kind of has a really unique style in terms of his flow and the production that he brings to the table on his songs. So I just think this album's pretty cool, and you should check it out because it's pretty epic. All right, that's all I've been listening to. Now, next person, Ethan, who you been listening to?
Yeah, so it's a good segue actually, because I wasn't on last week, so I'm kind of doing like the things I've been listening for the past 2 weeks. I'll start with the Open Mike Eagle, a special episode of. It's a really good EP from a really talented rapper who released his best album last year, Dark Comedy, which I loved. It was my second favorite album of last year. And he released a really good follow-up EP. The first track was Late Night Show, I think. I'm hoping I'm not saying that wrong. and it's a reimagining of one of the songs from the dark comedy, and it's a really good reimagining. It's better. I'd say it's better than the original track, and it's better lyrically and musically. And the rest of the EP is real good. A couple of songs are a bit too short. So I kind of have the same opinion as the Needle Drop. So if you want a more in-depth opinion, watch his review or read my review, which you can find. You can't find because you have no idea where to find it, but it's out there. If you want to find it.
Nice.
And it's I really, really like Ziggy's Starfish anti-anxiety raps. I think that's a fantastic track. His flow is it's more like Nicholas was talking about. It's definitely more like akin to Bus Driver's flow, I would say, which is really different from Open Mike Eagle's previous stuff because he's kind of done a looser, more spoken word style. But on this track, he definitely goes in a more jazzy, punchier way, and it's a really good track, and I'm hoping it influences what he does next. Next, what I listen to is Vessel Punish Honey. I found out about this on Pitchfork because they were doing a show with. He was the main guy on a show for. And the opener was Container, and I really liked Container's LP. I think that's what it's called from last year. So I decided to check out Vessel. And I really like this album. It's really dark, noisy, insane, weird, morose. But it's if you like if your favorite album of this year has been Father John Misty, you probably won't like this album. It's weird. It's weird and it's really, really noisy at points. But it's really good. It's really well done. It's not what I watched the interview with the guy behind the Vessel project, and he talked about like electronic music has become like too perfect over the years, and he is trying to make it less perfect. And I thought that was really interesting, and it's kind of inspiring to anyone who's interested in making electronic music. Third, I had the Blue album by Weezer here originally, but everyone's listened to that. It's a great album. Don't need to talk about it. So I'm going to talk about an album that's still very popular and very well known, but talked about less. The Go Team, Thunder Lightning Strike. And also it's good to talk about them because they're releasing an album in a couple months. Go Team is, I forget his name, but it's mostly the project of one guy who does mostly sample-based music, and this album is just so fun. It's just so... I don't think there's much else to it. It's a really fun album. It's one of my favorite albums of all time just because of... There's so few albums, besides maybe the Avalanches album, that really just capture the sense of fun and abandonment you can get with samples. And it just... the rapping, Ninja's rapping is really good too, and it's a really well orchestrated, well mastered, sample based album, and it's a lot of fun. Good for parties, for all you partying indie heads out there. I guess that's what I listened to over these past 2 weeks. And Alex, what did you listen to?
Yeah. I really don't have much to say because I've been mostly listening to very well established albums, but I've been listening a lot to Phoenix's album, Wolfgang Amadeus Phoenix, which is just, a really fun pop rock record. What?
Classic. It's a classic album.
Yeah.
That's an essential for indie heads. It should be on
there. Then I also listen to Loveless, and I'm not going to shade anything because I doubt it hasn't been said already. And also I've been listening to Drake's new mixtape, which I was kind of underwhelmed by it at first, but I'm starting to get into some of the tracks. Like Know Yourself is kind of, interesting. And then I think it was You and the Six. You and the Six is just kind of classic Drake.
Are we talking about Drake?
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm back, guys. I had to go take my dog out real quick in the fucking snow. That's always fun because my mom just called. She's like, It's like, when was the last time you put the dog out? Like around like 7. It's like, you need to put him out one more time in the snow.
Stop. This is a trigger for me. We had to put my dog down in June.
I'm so.
It's a trigger.
I'm sorry, Jeremiah. Don't give me that trigger warning bullshit. Okay, I dated a fucking Tumbarino. Okay, I don't like that shit.
Actually, my friend just had to put down her dog on Sunday, which is very sad. So
okay. Anyways, back to Drake.
My cat actually. My cat was just very sick. He's better now, but
that's good.
He was severely constipated. Like, yeah. I'm not sure how it happened, but like.
Anyways, how about that Drake mixtape? I thought it was enjoyable.
Yeah.
But did you guys talk about the song Madonna? I really like Madonna on the Drake mixtape. Don't give me that fucking
I'm feeling a 0 on this.
I like No Telling a lot better, which came right before.
I'm feeling.
I don't know.
A 10.
In comparison, it was just. Yeah.
Okay, fucking soundboard. Goddamn. I'm already sick of it.
I can't know if you hate it or love it. I can't. I honestly can't.
I feel
it's a mix.
It's a mix.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can deal with that. I can deal with that.
You got timing right, okay?
Okay.
But yeah, sorry.
Got it. Timing is down.
And
okay.
Yeah. That was pretty much it. So then we have Jeremiah.
Jeremiah!
Yo.
Hey, Jay.
There he is.
That's what I've been listening to. All right, I'm just going to go through this rapid fire because it's easy. I've been listening to Father John Misty, obviously. We're going to talk about that more later. I listened to Late Registration again by Kanye for the first time in a while, and I was like, holy crap, this album is amazing.
It is.
So good, which I think just makes My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy better, because somehow it's better than this album.
Doesn't.
I don't know how. Oh my gosh. Anyway, this album's incredible. Gone is nuts. And then I've also been listening to, as I have been for the last forever, Honeybear meets the Grim Reaper. Still love that album. Still on repeat. I've said like a bajillion things about it. I think there's like little computer noises in it, like like machine noises. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be the Grim Reaper. I discovered that. That's it.
Oh, okay, since we said Late Registration, what do you guys think of the new Kanye song?
It's good. It's not hip hop, but I trust Kanye. I trust him.
I'm hesitant. I'm still hesitant about the new album.
I'm hesitant too, but I trust him. I trust his judgment.
I just have a bad feeling this could be his worst album. Like, I just have a bad feeling it is going to be. Which it's probably still going to be decent, but like,
don't have that thought, and then it won't be his worst.
I can't go in with fucking high expectations, Jeremiah. I'll be disappointed. Okay,
why not? Like, really, it's Kanye West, buddy. Come on.
That's true, but still.
Whoa!
Even this Kanye, you still can't have high expectations going in.
Take a minute to appreciate the fact that Kim Kardashian just posted pictures of her and Kanye, and they have like blue eyes because they put contacts on for their SNL performance. Sorry, it's pretty cool. I just saw that on Twitter.
Is there any sound clip on your on the board, Ethan, that we can discover disappointment?
Let's go.
Do you have "Oh Baby"?
What?
Do you have "Oh Baby" a triple?
I'm not. Our late montage parodies. I'm not. I'm an artist here. Don't degrade my art.
You're the worst.
Oh, baby, a triple!
That was not me.
Yeah!
Nope.
Nice.
Nope. You know what I'm feeling about this? Do you know what I'm feeling about this?
I'm feeling a 0
That's
on
what
this
I'm
record.
feeling.
Which record is that from?
That's from, I don't remember because I googled it specifically.
It's probably from like Trouble Will Find Me or something.
My
Beautiful Dark Twisted
Fantasy. It was an April Fool's video.
I think it was probably for Goblin.
Nope. It's for if you go to his Wikipedia page, it's on there. Everybody go to Fantano's Wikipedia page and look it up. Let's do all.
Okay, I'm doing it,
guys. I just want to take a minute to appreciate the fact that you guys were talking to someone who has their own Wikipedia page, and you lost the recording. So
yeah. Oh yeah, have we not talked about that yet?
Oh, we have.
It was a fun chat.
Oh yeah, so we had Anthony Fantano. We had him on the podcast. We've been setting up for weeks, and we get him on, and he he was on there for. We only expected him to come on for like 20 minutes, but he talked with us for like an hour, and he stayed like
2
another
hours.
hour just to. 1 hour for the recording, and then 1 hour just like chatting and hanging out, and we were like, oh my god, this guy, very nice of him to stay and chat. He was a very cool dude. He's extremely smart. Like if you can tell by his reviews that he's a smart guy, but like he's really really smart.
Super nice. Too.
And super nice. Yeah. So, anyways, I go to check the recordings, all right? And nothing. Fucking nothing. It's just there's the clipping noise whenever the recording starts, and then no audio whatsoever.
Yeah, this is what you get for abandoning Nick and not doing the same things that he does. So
yeah,
you learned your lesson.
So the MP3 Skipper doesn't work for my Mac. I have to use something else.
Oh, well, maybe you should just not use a Mac then.
Yeah.
Well, that's too bad.
No, yeah, it is too bad because you lost the Fantano recording, Matty.
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. God damn it, we didn't.
Oh, I found where the zero from. It's from Planning to Rock's third studio album, All Love's Legal. That's what it's from. I don't know anything about this album.
It was an April Fool's joke where he gave the first video gave it 10 out of 10. The second one was a 0 out of 10.
Yep, that one.
Okay. Anyways, I lost the recording. I'm really disappointed. Hopefully, we get him back on again eventually.
He seems like he's willing to, but it's going to be a while.
Yeah, he's busy. So Anyways, on to the main topic. We've been waiting to talk about this for a while now. Jeremiah, you want to do the honor?
This album is a journey. It is.
What is the album?
But yeah, you might want to tell him what the album is, Jeremiah.
We didn't talk. Okay, sorry. I wasn't really paying attention. I'm really tired. Father John Misty's. Why did you? That was just so disrespectful. I'm just feeling disrespected right now, and that's just. Oh my god. Alright, Father John Misty, I love you, Honeybear. This album is incredible. I'm gonna let you guys start it off so that way I can build on what you say, but this is one of the best albums I've heard in a long time.
Alright, you can build on this, Jeremiah. It's a terrible album. Like, if you like it, I don't even know what's wrong with you. Just, stop, Jeremiah.
That's a trigger.
I guess I can start. So I went into this album. I didn't know much about Father John Misty. I was just like, well, people, it seems like it'll be a good record, so why not? And I went into it, and I really, really enjoyed it. I really like the songwriting is really, really nice. Like, it's like kind of cynical and dry. Also a little satirical, but also still really it's really funny. It's really some of the songwriting on this album.
It's really disillusioned, with society and love, and
Except it's also it's very honest and personal and intimate too. Even though he's love is cliche and drivel and sentimental and I hate it, it's also one of the most touching albums about love I've ever heard. Such a perfect it's a concept album, right? About love. About
it's kind of a concept album about his relationship with his.
I mean, I've read his art. He's actually written a lot of things on it, and they're actually really good, and you should read them. But it's definitely a concept album about how he met his wife and about their relationship, and about how he's a self-destructive, incredibly self-loathing narcissist who's also a drug addict and everything. And then he meets this girl, and she takes him on an adventure with sex and violence and drugs, and he discovers himself in a very raw and he bears himself, and it's what is going on with my life right now? And he's what is happening? But it's it's powerful. It's powerful stuff, man. It's a very unorthodox approach to the normal love cliche, and I think he does a really good job with it. The last song, I went to the store one day, is one of the most touching love songs I've ever heard.
In my opinion, it's one of the best closers in recent memory. I'm talking past 10 years.
Line, I've seen you around. What's your name? Wow! "Wow!" Those were the first words he said to his wife I've read, and that's just like that's like, oof. Oh man, I'm cooling down with my hand right now.
Were you swooning, Jeremiah?
I shed a single tear at him saying, "All because I went to the store."
I know. This song is so good. Like, you guys can talk. I have another point that I want to make, but I want you guys to talk first. So go ahead.
I want to change the perspective on this because I have a different perspective on it. I don't like.
Oh no! Here we go.
I'll admit to
get off the podcast. Leave.
Okay.
Your kind isn't welcome here.
I'll admit this not being my style of music. Really, this kind of singer-songwriter stuff. Usually, there's very few artists I like in this genre. So, like, take my opinion with a grain of salt. Even you should be taking all of our opinions with a grain of salt. I would say, but especially
not mine.
Okay, Alex. No, it just music. There's a couple of songs on here where I think the music is interesting. Lyrically, he's very good at it. He's very good at. Let me rephrase it. He's very good at lyrics. Unlike me, he's good. Some of his lyrics are really interesting, funny, insightful, like you guys have been saying. But musically, this album is just, in my opinion, boring. I like some of the tracks. I think Ideal Husband is good. I think True Affection is kind of interesting. And I kind of like some of the more acoustic-y singer-songwriter songs. But I just feel like it's just so repetitive and so... you
listen to a lot of like horror stuff, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I mean, I listen to... But I also... I mean, one of my favorite musicians of all time is Elliott Smith. So, like, I can listen to... Like...
See, I can't really see where this album, because he always shifts. Every song is very different, and he's so extravagant.
Within the song, they're the same. It's I can see.
I don't really understand what you mean, because there's a lot of progression. I don't like Born in the USA. Or is it, like that song kind of escalates.
Okay, wait, but isn't Elliott Smith
all
like
about
really
the same thing,
really monotonous?
It's really not all about the same thing, though.
I don't.
Every song is pretty different.
No, every song is different.
Like
from
the same central theme.
But when they're within one song, it's kind of the same musically. I don't.
Are you expecting like some dope beat switches or something on this album?
No.
Instrumentally, or
I'm expecting something that he doesn't want to give me. It's not that I'm. This isn't my kind of music. I'm not the person. I shouldn't be talking right now.
Okay. Then why did you talk? God.
This is not music that is meant for me. There is, but then again, I do like some singer-songwriter stuff that is, like, I do like Angel Olsen's album. Thought that was a good album. Like I said, I like Elliott Smith, but I don't know. Maybe it's just his voice. He sounds emotional on some of the tracks, but kind of.
I think I'm going to try to explain it.
Yeah, okay.
It's his character. I think there's sometimes where like he sounds like he's trying too hard to sound cool. Is that what you're kind of feeling?
No. I feel like it's hard to explain.
His delivery, like you think it's like a little too dry.
Yeah, but no, there's emotion to it, but at the same time there isn't. It's like there's emotion in his monotony, but it's not enough for me.
I feel you, man.
I don't think
I disagree,
it's a bad album. I don't think it's a great album. I could see why people enjoy it, but I don't see why people enjoy it this much. That's what I'm trying to say.
All right,
I know
so
what you mean,
also,
but I don't want it to affect my opinion. Because I enjoy this record.
But are you trying to say...
I have a really hard time not letting people's opinions affect my opinions. Like, it's actually... This actually want to bring this up.
No, you're wrong.
The other day, Matty was like, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is an 8. I don't think it's a 10. And I was like, what? I was just
Are you fucking bringing this up again, Jeremiah? Shut the fuck up.
No. This isn't anything about you. This is about me. And then after that, like, I'm not even kidding. I had an identity crisis. Like, I was so shaken to my core that you didn't like. Well, I consider it not liking, even though it's like 8 out of 10. I don't know.
Wait,
but
Jeremiah,
like, you didn't
are you
like
going
something.
KTT by any chance?
No, I'm not. But it was like, it was like I had an identity crisis. Hold on, because you didn't like something as much as I did, and like you said that like you didn't think it was as good as I thought it was, and I was shaken to my core. The next 30 minutes I was like rethinking all of my life's choices. I was having a panic attack. I was so like confused, and
I'm feeling a zero.
I'm not
I'm feeling a zero.
And so I know what I'm saying sounds really dumb, because it is dumb.
Yeah, it's
but I'm
really
just saying that I just want to show an example of how like I take things. I don't know. I take
just
other
trying to
people's
give
feelings way too
examples.
seriously.
Like,
I
are you trying to
definitely get
justify how
what
you're stupid?
I feel like if you read a negative review or something, it can point out something that you were like, oh, now there's something I shouldn't like about this album. I didn't notice that before, and now it reduces your enjoyment of something that you previously enjoyed, and you're like, I mean, you're not going to stop liking an album you love just because someone points out something like, oh, this is not as good as you thought it was. But you might like it a little less, and that could ruin you. Because I mean, we're all passionate about music, so if someone pointed out something about your favorite album that kind of made it lesser for you, that can hurt you. I mean, emotion.
Yeah.
There's an emotional connection to music, definitely. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree. I mean, whenever someone says they hate the money store. I thought we were having like a serious fucking conversation here. You fucking play the Seinfeld music.
I need to offset the seriousness. I'm sorry.
God fucking damn it, man.
No, go back. I'll stop.
Okay, anyways, my favorite album of all time is The Money Store. When people say it's like, Death Grips, or, The Money Store, I'm like, I mean, how could you hate it? Like, it's just, at the same time, it's like, I understand why they hate it. Like, I very clearly understand why people hate Death Grips or they don't like them.
There's a really big difference between Father John Misty and Death Grips right now.
Definitely. I know that, but I'm just I'm trying to fucking make a point, okay? I'm making a point, okay? Not everyone is going to like the same things you like, and you just have to, like, make sense of that. I mean, unless they're being, like, a fucking asshole, like, The Money Store is a shit album, and you're a shit person for liking it. Like, yeah, you're kind of an asshole, dude. I don't like you. But they're just saying, like, yeah, I just don't really like it that much. You have a little discussion about it. It's like, okay, I kind of get where you're coming from. But, yeah. But anyways, let's get back to the album. Let's get back to the album. We're going to go off topic on.
Sorry for derailing.
It's okay, Ethan. It's okay. We still love you. But yeah, of course. Father John Misty. Okay. Anyways. Okay, Jeremiah. I think we can both appreciate this man. We're gonna get all like, oh my god about it. True Affection. That shit's a fucking jam, man.
Yes.
That shit. Fucking True Affection, man. True Affection. It's such a jam, man. Okay, we actually talked with Fantano about this. Like, we were talking about Father John Misty, and we were trying to explain to him like why we like True Affection. Like, I told him that, like, yeah, it's like my favorite track on the album, and it's like, and I think you had a really good explanation, like with people saying that was like kind of out of place, right? Jeremiah?
Me? Oh yeah, because
you want to talk about it real quick?
I've actually found myself dissecting this album to a crazy level that I haven't done ever, which I think either says something about me or about the album. But anyways, this song is about, at least the lyrics, it's about like maybe like a long distance relationship, but like a relationship that's primarily built around texting, which I think most of us being teenage boys or having been teenage boys at one point can relate to, where it's like it's just so inorganic. There's so little intimacy there, but it's like there's a line where he's like, we get along so well, sentence by sentence, and it's like, I think we should have a crazy conversation. It's just like he's just showing, it's just the frustration and like the sadness at the lack of like intimacy and organicness. Or it, I'm tired. I don't know what I just said, but
no, I know what you mean, and maybe that's why it's.
And
like
then so that's the music
track.
When it's synth pop, and it's so vastly different because it's so separate as a thought from the rest of the album, and I think it's very poignant and very on point, because it's like it's a change from the very organic and intimate and like touching stuff about Emma to this really sad, like personal, inorganic, broken song about the struggles of trying to be intimate in a time where you cannot be intimate. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I totally agree with you.
Okay, so the other thing that I realized the other day, which I wanted to point out, was this album. All right, the first few songs are incredible, right? Right, we can agree on that.
Yeah.
The last few songs are also incredible, right?
Yeah.
The middle part of this album.
The middle songs.
Wait, stop.
What do you think about Jeremiah? Tell me.
The middle part is where this album no longer becomes a good album. Because it becomes an absolutely incredible album. Albums? Alright, I know. You liked that. I've been preparing that one.
Albums? You're kind of sad, you know. Like, I think your obsession with music, it makes me really happy that someone loves music that much, but it also makes you kind of like feel sorry for you.
I think about it all the time. Yeah. No, I've had time to think about it. I work a job. Anyways. What I've noticed about really, really strong albums that have been released recently, like we're thinking back to, I don't know, Bloom by Beach House, 1989 by Taylor Swift, Trouble Will Find Me by The National. Like, okay.
Whoa, you went from Taylor Swift to The National? I mean, like,
I'm just saying, that's a really strong album, like Modern Vampires of the City. That's what I'm going to be using. That's the benchmark. Like, these really, really solid indie albums, like these very, very good, like almost instant classic status. The middle part is the do or die moment. That's the moment where the album needs to carry itself. Because you can have the best start and the best finish, and if the middle is even a little bit bad, if it can't carry itself a little bit, the entire thing falls apart. Looking at Young the Giant's album from 2014, because they have some incredible songs, but the middle just kind of just draggy. It's kind of clunky, and it kind of kills the album.
Same thing for Bloom. Without a doubt.
Just, what?
Bloom, totally. Last track and first track are the best two songs on Bloom, and the middle part is not bad, but it's so much.
Troublemaker, New Year. What? Those are like my favorite songs, dude.
All right, buddy.
Are you trolling me?
Oh, here we go. Wait.
See, I think did I say Bloom? Did I say
World Star? Okay.
Anyways, forgetting
Myth is the best song by Beach House. And
yes, that's true. But
On the Sea is the second best.
And the Year are all jams, and we shouldn't discount those. Anyways, as I was saying about Father John Misty, the first few songs are incredible. The last few songs are incredible. Where does the middle come in? The middle is the most raw and crazy part of this album. So I'm talking about Nothing Good Ever Happens, Strange Encounter to Ideal Husband. That sequence, that's the middle part of the album, in my opinion. And that's the part where Father John Misty like goes all out. He just does not. He bears everything. So Nothing Good Ever Happens is about being at a bar and have people hitting on him, but he's like, "Oh, I already have a girlfriend, or I already have a wife. Like, screw you guys. I don't need you." And that's the first part where he's in control. He has the power.
What a relatable subject matter.
And then the second part is about when his wife is alone there. He has left his wife alone. He's touring, and she's also at the bar. And he's just so anxious because he already knows that people are like hitting on her because she's like awesome. And he's so like depressed because he has no power there. And he like it feels like he owns her. And he feels so bad because he feels like he owns her. Because he just feels like that's wrong and like awful thing to think about because it's his wife and he loves her. And so there's that. And so we feel like there's that like there's that insecurity. There's that like, oh, I hate myself so much. But like, yes, there's like self-loathing narcissism. There it is. Strange Encounter is about, I think it's about a one-night stand where either it could be about Emma, but where a girl he was with almost died, right? And this is when you start to be like, okay, there's something pretty wrong with this guy. Like, he's with a person, they almost die, and they're all freaking out. He's thinking about himself. He's thinking about himself and how, like, oh my God, like, when you came to, I swore I would change, but, like, clearly he hasn't changed, and there's that, like, he knows it, and he feels horrible because of it, and he's just like, why am I alive right now? Why didn't I almost die? Like, what is going on? So there's that, like, tension building, and then Ideal Husband hits you in the face. That song is brutal.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Can we take a minute to appreciate how brutal Ideal Husband is?
Oh, yeah, it's fucking, he really puts it all out there on that album. I mean, on that song.
Apart on that song. Like, I think it's a vicious track too. I mean, like compared to the other songs in the album, it's like it's like a garage rock song. Like it's a jam. The drums are really heavy. There's the great line, just like, I've said such awful things, and now it's out. Like, he just rants about how he's like a shitty human being, a shitty husband, and how he's just like, it's just so sad, but at the same time he's such a dick, and it's just like, Jesus, dude. And then that tension, that all that, the craziness, that energy kind of like breaks, and it just falls apart, and you get bored in the USA. Holy shit, I went to the store one day, and the middle, I think, is what makes this album one of the best releases in recent memory. Like, I think the first 5 songs, the last 3 songs, incredible, but without the middle 3 songs, I don't think this album would be nearly as good conceptually and just like as an album. Like, I think those are the 3 most important songs of this record. So that's what I think. That's my argument. That made me really realize how important middle songs are. So to give more examples, more classic albums like Funeral, you got Neighborhoods 4, Crown of Love, Wake Up, incredible songs. I'm kind of running out of breath because I'm going so hard. Need to move away from the mic to breathe.
That was a sick reference.
One more because I'm like freaking out right now. There's the middle part of Channel Orange, Crack Rock, Pyramids, Lost, which is one of the best 3-song sequences I've ever heard.
Is Monks after Lost?
Monks is White is after Lost.
Oh, okay. I love Monks. Yeah. So yeah, this album I would definitely agree that it's incredible.
The middle part is incredibly important. I think it's incredibly strong. It's one of the strongest middle sections of an album I've ever heard. And I Love You, Honeybear. This album is incredible. It is one of the best concept albums I've ever heard about love. It is insane. I Love You, Honeybear is a beautiful and twisted and ridiculous love song. Chateau Lobby number 4 is also ridiculous and amazing. I went to the store one day is breathtaking. That is a song to remember. That is one of the songs. That's one of the. Oh my god. All right, sorry. I'm not actually crying.
You know who probably hates you right now, Jeremiah?
You, Ethan?
No, Seagal Train probably hates you right now.
Oh, he hates
Why?
everyone.
That's he's everyone's pals. Remember?
It was a publicity stunt. That's all.
Stunt, yeah.
We're trying to generate.
He's wondering why he's wondering why he's getting downvoted.
Shut up. Stop talking about this, please.
Seriously. I don't really know why you brought that up, but there's no beef.
Yeah.
Everything. It was all a big, happy, fun time. Anyways, I love this album. I've been listening to this album on repeat. Not much else I've been listening to. Every time I listen to this album, it's just like, holy crap. It is the perfect length too, because it's just enough. It's just short enough to like not be draggy, but just long enough to like fully complete the thought. And I think there's so much to this album. Every time I listen to this album, I see something, I hear something different, I find something different, I look at something different. And honestly, like, it's kind of like to hear him be so self-loathingly narcissistic and messed up, but at the same time, like, finding himself in someone else. I'm like finding parts of myself in there. I'm not really identifying with him, but like him going so hard against himself is like I'm turning that back against me and like looking at myself. Also, I think the real reason this album is really good is that Strange Encounter, the song number 7. Remember, song number 7 is a very important song. I think that's the most important song on an album. See Wake Up on Funeral. But Strange Encounter is 4 minutes and 20 seconds long. That's the podcast. Good work, guys. 4 minutes and 20 seconds long. That's why this album's the best.
I'm feeling...
What?
Pizza King! Shut up! Oh my god, I don't care!
Jeremiah, I want to clarify that I don't hate you or this album. I just think it's...
I never said you hated me. I love you, Ethan.
Heart you. I just feel like...
You think it's overhyped? I understand.
Yeah,
There's
it's
been a lot of
overhyped,
hype.
and I'm not gonna pretend that this is the kind of music I like, but
Yeah, I feel you, dude.
even from a critical
I
perspective,
think part of the reason my appreciation for this album is so high is that when they released this on Vinyl Me Please, they like Josh Tillman, he actually did a write up for the album that like he did like a bio for it, and he like talked about the album, like his experience making it. And I thought it was one of the like. I hadn't listened to the album yet. I hadn't even listened to Fear Fun yet, but I was like, I am so ready for this. If this is what it's like writing about, it's actually really good. I'm gonna link it to you guys. We're gonna leave it. We're gonna post it in the discussion. If you made it this far, it's gonna be on Indieheads. We'll leave the link. It's really well worth the read, especially if you're on the fence with this album. And if you really love the album like I do, like this read will actually help you out a lot more. So I think it really enhanced my appreciation for the album. Okay, so I've been talking for like 10 minutes. I actually like. I'm completely sincere. This is one of the best albums I've heard in a long time. I think it's already better than most of the stuff released in 2014. Honestly,
I'm feeling a 0 on this record.
Yes, with a 1 in front of it, a 10. If I were to give this album like a rating, like I feel like 10s you can't really give 10s up front unless it's like Kid A. So I give this album a light or no.
No, you have to give the head rating. Remember, we have the patented head rating.
Oh, this is hard to do. So
you want someone to go first?
Hold on, I got it. You know giraffes, how they have really long necks?
Didn't you make this?
I give this album
last time?
two giraffes nodding enthusiastically, right? But because they're tall and they have big giraffe heads, this is like more than just two giraffes. This is like more than just two people nodding enthusiastically. This is two giraffes. Their heads are high above everyone else. Two giraffes nodding enthusiastically. That's my review. That's my rating. That is a great rating. Don't get it twisted. That's the podcast. Shit, my brace just fell off.
Okay, I guess I'll go now with my head system. My head related rating is a Nicolas Cage on cocaine crazy nod. That's my rating.
All right, so you know how Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender has that blue arrow on his head?
Mm-hmm.
His head is my head rating, and the blue arrow represents a downvote for every time that Jeremiah is circle jerking about this album on Indieheads, because I'm going to downvote him every time that happens.
I actually haven't really circle jerked about this album at all,
right.
But I appreciate that you think of me.
Okay, so what do you think, Alan? What's your head related rating?
So you know how like they chopped off a shitload of people's heads in the French Revolution?
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say
so like heads rolling down the street, constantly nodding. That's my head rating.
That's a good one.
But onto the beat, like they're bouncing downstairs, and every time they bounce, the beat
to the beat of the mariachi band in Chateau Lobby.
Yep.
Or no. Or the thing in when you're smiling, which I was like, that thing. That's what they're beating to. That's what they're rolling to. I like it. I like your idea. That's a good idea.
All right. What about you, Nick?
I already said mine.
I haven't said mine.
What about you, Ethan?
No, we don't need to hear your review.
Oh God, I voices. I'm so sorry.
My review is the way my head is feeling now. It is resting in my hand and trying to get up every so often back into a more standard, normal human position because I'm tired and it's 12 o'clock at night, and my head keeps falling into my hand and then going back up, and then keeps falling back in my hand. That's my review.
All right, nice.
Also, we're gonna be giving away one copy of this album for free. It's gonna happen.
Ooh.
I know, big news. So just keep your eyes open. Give us your review. Tell us what you think. Tell us why you agree with me and why I'm right and why Ethan's wrong.
Love
you
it.
guys.
Hate
this
it.
has been the Indieheads podcast.
We're ending it?
This is not our opinion. This is our fact. This album is amazing. You have no say in this matter, Ethan. You're wrong. Is 0 out of 0 because
the r/Indieheads podcast has officially jumped the shark. Anyways, on to the song of the week. The song of the week this week is "The Ideal Husband" by Father John Misty, and we'll play that. And let's go. Enjoy the podcast.
Right,
and
let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. See you guys.
See ya.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Take my files. that I love. Sleeping till 2, then doing shit. Just stay in bed and lay the lie about it. Obsessing over gray hair, knowing just what people wanna hear. Binging on unearned attention. I've said awful things, such awful